What's up guys, DevildogGamer here, and today we are going to be talking about the new DLC for Arma 3, the Global Mobilization, which is East Germany versus West Germany on a new map and a bunch of new vehicles and such. This is a total conversion mod. It's also the first of the Creator DLC, and it's kind of unique, and I kind of want to talk about some of the things about it, the pros and the cons, and things like that. The first pro is this is an East versus West Germany DLC. It also comes with a campaign, tons of missions, quite a few vehicles, and this Weferlingen map, I think it's called, is probably one of the biggest maps in Arma. It is massive, absolutely massive. There is one issue that I have with it though. There is zero airfields whatsoever. There's also one highway that you could use as an airfield, but it has some issues. Some aircraft won't accelerate on it. It also causes certain things to bounce. The roadways in general kind of suck on this map. The AI pathing on them is horrid, and they flip over for some reasons. Now, I do want to remind everybody, this is a $20 DLC. So for $20 DLC, you should have your expectations a little high. So we're gonna get, this isn't all the vehicles. There's 40 plus vehicles, but I wanted to get a few of them out here. We got our nice little APCs, the TPZ1. Also, they don't have 3D interiors. Well, this one does. Well, the tanks don't though. That's kind of weird. And then you got your ATGM one that has your little recon, an ATGM truck. Let's get in as the gunner. Boop. Well, that was kind of uneventful. Get your little motorcycle here, and you get they have a few variants of the Leopard 1A1 up to the A3. Let's get in as gunner, and I'll show you that this doesn't have a 3D interior. It's just gunner sight. The Leopard's kind of cool. I can see it. The A1. And then we got the Flak Panza. Let's get in as the gunner. Show you guys this sucker. And it also has radar that goes out to 14 kilometers. Okay, we'll get it out. Get out. There we go. And then your Shilka, we've all seen that before. Some more BTRs, a BMP, this little thing, and a T-55. So there is quite a variance of vehicles. And when it comes to the troops, you have your G3s for the West Germans, and the East Germans are all AKs. You also get this Panzer F-44 rocket launcher, which is kind of cool. It has a pretty cool reloading to it. It's a two-stager. And you actually cock it. I like the animations for this. This thing's actually pretty cool when it comes to the animations. So that's one thing I like. The AT soldiers have some pretty cool stuff. This map, though, reminds me a lot of Bornholm and the old Germany map from Arma 2. That was pretty cool. There's a lot of really cool things about it. The map's absolutely massive, and to show you how massive, I'm going to get into this jet and show you. I'll switch to it. There it is. Now, the one issue I have is the East and West Germans have zero aircraft. No helicopters, no Hinds, no Hueys, no BO-105s, no nothing. They also have zero planes. The East Germans had tons of MiGs. The West Germans had F-104 starfighters, tornadoes around this time, F-4s. There were a lot of aircraft that they could have put into this, and I feel like for $20, the fact that there's zero fucking helicopters or aircraft, or even an airfield, it even says when you load up the map, one of these places was the home of the Luftwaffe for a while. Is disappointing. A lot of fields, a lot of dense wood lines. A lot of towns, a lot of destructibility to these towns. A lot of these are new buildings. They're not the same cookie cutter buildings as before. You can even shoot down fences in this. So, you know, it's just a huge... Where are we at? Okay, we're at one side. We're going to go from one side of the map to the other. The bridges are also destroyable, except for those. But like I said, the AI will not pathfind down these roads. They'll go off into the fields. You know, most other maps, even the cup maps, you give them, hey, go point A to B, they'll follow the road. Not on this map, and then they even bounce in the air, flip over. Planes have a hard time taking off from the, you know, I can get on one of those big straight, you know, interstates because, believe it or not, they used interstates for, you know, the Autobahn and stuff to be able to use aircraft and fly, you know, as makeshift runways. Oh, we actually haven't even, we're going to the edge of the map, but you can see we're still flying. There's just tons this map. But when you try to take the planes off, certain planes will take off, some will bounce, some will just not go over 140 kilometers an hour, and unfortunately you can't take off. So there needs to be some work on this map for it to be $20 worth. Also, once you start getting more than 50, 60 units on this map, it tanks. It has a lot of stuff going on to it, and it's definitely a resource hog. But the AI pathing is something I would like to see fixed here soon. And here's the border, the east and west. And that's another thing as I want to talk about the border. We're actually going to go down to one of my troops down here, the anti-tank. We're going to go into one of the towers. So here's one of the border towers. Here's a gate for the border. And you have these nice little shoot holes that you can shoot out of. As you can see, I'm shooting out of them. And then we have these open windows where you can shoot out of. No way. Okay, it actually works. But, see, it's funny, now it works, but I was in another tower earlier, and I couldn't shoot out. So, some of the towers apparently work, some of them don't. Interesting. I was kind of doing this as a proof of point. But there was a tower I was in earlier. I was trying to shoot out of it, and nothing was happening. It was almost like there was an invisible window. So, I guess they got lucky on this one. But I do like the shoot holes that they have. The way you get up into this tower is weird, and I'll show you this now. As you can see, I'm like clipping through. Instead of just having a straight ladder up, it kind of makes you go on this weird kind of like up and down thing. I don't know if that's how these towers were, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then the fact that you kind of clip through is kind of disappointing too. But hey, it's Arma. That shit happens. The vehicles themselves are nothing really special. The units are, like I said, they have some good animation on the units. The map seems to be the big selling point for me, as it is huge, and the different sort of like scenarios you can do with it, as in being a border fence and stuff, and you know, having minefields you could put up is pretty cool. But that just leads into the fact that, oh, we'll go to the sky. You know, there's some problems with the map. Like here, we'll go to the border fence. As you can see here, this little concrete patch here. I mean, that's just sloppy. Come on. That's just sloppy. Like, seriously? Really? You couldn't just extend this out just a tad bit to make it a little, like, I don't know. It's just weird, but the border fences are pretty cool. Except, you know, they don't open. You can't open the fence. I don't know if you can not open it from this side, but maybe the other side. I don't know. Either way, the map itself is the big sell point, but it has its issues. Let me switch to the jet because I want to show you the woods real quick. I have to eject over a wood line. Here we go. Here we'll go to the woods. I was expecting a little bit more from the woods, but I can see... why. Here, we'll go try to go for this split here. Okay. We'll eject out. And we'll go down so I can show you a bit. This map with like RHS would be awesome. An East versus, you know, the Berlin Wall never came down. An East versus West. You know, you get your border troops and then you get your NATO troops coming in. or even like Cold War Russia and US troops backing up the East versus West Germans. That would be really awesome, but the point stands, no aircraft? Oh, come on. Really? I'll just throw a unit down and real quick. No aircraft, super disappointing. For 20 bucks, not a big fan. Let's move this guy over. Let's find a mix mash. Here we go. We'll mix mash it over here and get him down. And fuck it, we'll just throw this guy down in there. There we go. And make him player. And I'll show you kind of like the disappointment I had with the woods. But for 20 bucks, I expected a little bit more, but you know, I could see some big missions being made out of this. The map, if it gets a little tweaking, the AI pathfinding gets worked on the map, an airfield added, even if it's a dirt strip. I mean, come on. There's enough landmass here that's empty. Now you have like you get some like, you know, variation. You get this little area, this little wood lines with, you know, bushes and things like that, and then you get these pines, which have like nothing. And let me see if I can speed it up so I can show you a bit more. Okay, they bushed up this section where the two woods connect. But like here, you get to the pines, and there's absolutely nothing. It just seems like, I don't know, a little lazy almost. Just like, I'm going to throw a bunch of trees down and just put some grass, but no bushes or anything. And I don't know. Maybe Germany's like that. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. But this just seems kind of lazy to me. Overall, I would say it's not worth the $20. The map with like an RHS or cup or anything like that could be worth some more because there is some good buildings, destructible environments, but there's not any really major cities. There's just towns. No military bases. There's maybe a few bunker areas or barracks areas, but nothing too special. No airfields. So I would almost say, like, if you like this map, just skip Bornholm and go with Bornholm instead until this is on sale. But frankly, I'm a little disappointed. I feel like this was kind of rushed into, and for $20, it should have been a lot more content with it. Yeah, it comes with a campaign, a bunch of missions, but hey, you know, those aren't really that hard to make, to be honest. So I'm more worried about the fact that we're missing a lot of units here, especially aircraft and, you know, functionality with this map. But anyways, boys, let me know what you guys think about the global mobilization Cold War Germany, because I would be really interested to hear your thoughts on it. But I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.